Hello everyone. Once you have your bowl covered with 5 or 6 layers of the white paper, we're going to get some orange paper to get our tigers, the color of our tiger. We're going to end up with something like this. So the last few layers are going to be with orange. What I do want you to do is keep the orange paper separate from the white, okay? This will get put away. Hopefully there's no goop on it, and then this will get put away, any extra with no goop on it over here, but keep those separate. What I want to do is add a couple layers of the orange using the same technique where I just get a little bit on my fingertips. I don't want a lot of goop on there. And I'll probably start, actually, one layer will probably do it, but we'll see if I can put on a couple. Just tap. And I'm gonna cover with some nice flat pieces because I'm gonna want to put my eyes and my nose on there next week. Tiger stripes, eyelashes, whatever. The smoother you can make it, the better. We might be gluing on paper, we might be drawing on this paper mache tiger. So then I'm gonna start wrapping them. It's important you smooth as you go, and you can turn. There's no need to use a lot of orange paper because you've already made your bowl nice and strong with the white paper. This is just for color. This will save us a step with having to paint. It looks really good, I think. It's gonna dry a little bit lighter, but looks really nice. We're gonna wrap it behind too, and we'll also build some ears. Won't take that much to wrap around. Just a little bit on there, smoothing as I go. Sometimes I like to use my whole palm and smooth, and I can press down against that ridge, the outside of the bowl as I go. This needs to be a little bit smoother. One more will do it. I don't feel like I need more than one layer of orange, but one thing I do need to do is make a little patch right here. Add one more piece to that. I'm not sure which side is up where my ears are gonna go yet, but I'm just smoothing and smoothing. And now I need to bring some pieces around the back. That's gonna make my sculpture stronger and make sure there's no white showing. So I'm gonna get a little bit on this side and bend it over, turn it, and go all the way around that way. It's gonna make it nice and strong, get an extra layer. You should have maybe folded over some of the white also. If you didn't, now is the time to make that part of your sculpture stronger. When it dries, you're gonna like how strong that is when it dries. That way it won't get crushed in your book bag or when you're transporting it. If you have just the right amount of glue on your hand, these pieces of paper will bend right around the edge of your bowl, but they also won't be too goopy or too dry. If they're too dry, they're not gonna bend over like that. I'm just gonna put half there, pinch it, and fold it over. And when I flip, I have something nice. Now, if you have any little points like this, you can bend those. You'll feel that your bowl is starting to get a little bit soft. But the good news is you can just go around with your fingers, and anything that looks bumpy is gonna be twice as bumpy when you get it back. I have a little bump right there, and that's hard glue now, okay? So it's just gonna make your life easier next week when you're designing your tiger's face, including right there. If you see any bubbles, smooth them out. Not really important to do that with the white, but as you use the orange, since that's gonna be our coat of color rather than paint, need one last piece. It's important to smooth it out. I see a little triangle down there I need to smooth out, and one more piece right there. And if you're more comfortable bending it over that way, fine. All right. I feel happy with one layer of orange. There's no reason to use more orange than that. Like I said, unless you have a little patch. I have a little patch of white right there. Okay, for the ears, same thing. You get one piece you're gonna decide which looks like the top of your tiger. It's up to you. I might do it right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one piece and I'm gonna fold it like this and pinch it together. Doesn't have to be perfect, just to get my ear started. Here it is again. I'm gonna take like the bottom quarter, bottom little piece, use it as a tab, get about how far apart you want your ears. And instead of folding it all the way over the back, I'm gonna pinch it and get it right about there. They don't have to be the exact right size, because we're gonna fold and mold some more paper on there. Now that I have that on there, I might make one going that way, and I'll pinch this way, and then I'll pinch that way. You'll get used to it. By the time you've covered your whole tiger, you'll be a paper mache artist and you'll have this down. Now this folded down on me, so I need to get it. Next, I might go sideways. All I'm doing is adding layers of paper, okay? When my tiger is dry, I might have 5 or 6 layers, which means I need, I don't know, 3 or 4 pieces of paper, okay? Because it's folded twice, that makes it twice as strong. Here we go again. I'll get a little bit more. And I'm gonna make these go the tall way again. I'm gonna put a little tab right there. I'm gonna fold it right over like that, and already I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, which is, with the glue, gonna be plenty stiff enough for next week, okay? I wanna kinda keep the ear shapes the way I want them, and maybe one more behind, and just play around with it. You can put a couple pieces right here to hold them in place. It's almost like you're taping them on, you're gluing them on. Another one in the front, bend it around, bend it around. They feel really secure on the front now. I'll flip over to the back. One more time. If you have questions about it, just look up at this video. I'm gonna fold it over. Now it's thicker again, okay? One more layer. I think I have 8 layers now, because it's twice as thick right there. Now, last part. If you want, you can just start bending these last little pieces. Just bend over these little corners a little bit. They're all wet and slimy. Bend them back, bend them back. You can bend them into triangles, or you can just round them off so the ears look rounded, okay? So rather than having a real sharp edge like this, you're just bending it a little bit, okay? And if you don't love how this dries, next week we'll simply trim a little bit, okay? If there's something you don't like, we'll trim with scissors, because it is paper after all. I want to bend these back. Anywhere you bent them back, you might add a little bit more glue like that. Okay? And there is my orange coat and my ears attached for my tiger, and it'll be ready for me next week to add the details. Hope you had fun.